human beings of Earth, welcome to the math dimension. I'm your host, Mr. Elmer, and today we're going to be talking about multiplying polynomials, specifically distribution. Today's topic is going to rely heavily on prior knowledge, specifically that you can multiply numbers and variables with exponents. We covered this already in our multiplying polynomials video, so if you haven't already watched that one, go ahead and check it out. It'll be linked somewhere around here. Today we're going to be focusing on distribution. Well, what's distribution? To distribute something in English means to pass out evenly. I like to think this happens in math too, kind of like on an episode of Oprah. For instance, what if I had this expression right here? 5 times the quantity of x plus 2. Ordinarily, order of operations, or PEMDAS, as it's often known, would dictate that we have to first add the numbers inside the parentheses before we multiply by the 5 on the outside. But as we've covered in our adding polynomial videos, x and 2 aren't compatible. They're not like terms, so we can't add them together. And this creates a bit of a problem. And the solution to that problem is distribution. Well, how do we do this? We take the number on the outside of the parentheses and we multiply it by every term inside of the parentheses. Quick review, a term is anything separated by a plus or minus. So here we have 2 terms inside the parentheses. Specifically in this case, we have x and we have 2. A technique that I find very helpful is the rainbow technique. This is where you draw a line from the number in front of the parentheses to each term inside the parentheses like this. It just helps to keep everything organized and neat and make sure you don't miss any terms. In this context, the lines that you drew represent multiplication. First we do 5 times x, or 5x, and then we do 5 times 2, or 10. Now our last step is to simply bring down the sign that was already in between those numbers and correctly place our new numbers in the right spots. So our final expression reads 5x plus 10. Let's try another one. How about 8 times the quantity of 2 minus y? So our first step, let's go ahead and draw that rainbow. Let's bridge from 8 to each term inside of the parentheses. One line from the 8 to the 2, and another line from the 8 to the y. We'll bring the negative sign straight down, and then all we have to do is follow our multiplication lines from our rainbow. So if we follow our first line, 8 times 2 gives us 16, and we put that right below where the 2 was, and then we follow our second line. 8 times y gives us 8y, and again, we'll put that directly below where the y was. So our final expression reads 16 minus 8y. So if you feel like a cartoon character who just got slapped in the head with an anvil, or you just want to understand distribution a little bit deeper on that more critical level, feel free to click right here and check out our video on polynomial addition, where we covered in depth how to distribute a negative and also why distribution works. Now, you try one. Can you simplify 4 times the quantity of 2x plus 3? Like usual, pause the video and give it a try. We'll pick back up right here in a few seconds.
I can swear, I can joke.
How'd you do? Did you get 8x plus 12? Awesome if you did. Pat yourself on the back. Don't worry if you didn't. We're going to go over it right now. First, we're going to draw our rainbows from the number in front of the parenthesis. And remember that each line represents multiplication. And remember, this process can be repeated with more terms inside of the parenthesis. You're just going to draw more lines. Second, we drop down our sign. In this case, there was a plus to start out with. Finally, we multiply each of the numbers we connected with the lines. 4 times 2x is 8x, and 4 times 3 is 12. Now we simply fill them in the right places, which is directly below where they started, and we're done. Distribution mastered. Per usual, I will be putting up 2 problems at the end of this video for you to try. The answers are in the description box below. Go ahead and do them and see how you fare. And remember, on point means you did fantastic and you understood the video thoroughly. Socratic just means you're ahead of the curve. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more helpful content. Thanks for stopping by the Math Dimension, and I'll see you next time. Bye!